So we're moving on with the Neo-Noir Cinema Collection 2 from Imprint with 2000's The Way of the Gun. Now I've always loved this movie. This has been a firm favourite of mine since the DVD days when I got it. I was a huge fan of The Usual Suspects. When I knew that the writer was directing his first feature, I jumped on it, and it was, well, it was as fantastic as I could hope for. Very different than what I expected. This movie feels almost like a kind of western of sorts, as we follow Mr. Longbow, which is played by Benicio del Toro, and Mr. Parker, played by Ryan Felipe.
Now, at some point, it became clear to us that our path had been chosen and we had nothing to offer the world. Our options narrowing down to petty crime or minimum wage.
Two people that have come together that have a similar look on the world. They're just trying to make ends meet. They are petty criminals with delusions of grandeur, I suppose. They're looking for a big score, and if they can't get that, they'll just keep on moving, picking up little jobs here and there, taking as much money as they can to get them from the next point to the next point. Almost like Ronin, I suppose, but without the moral compass, as they just kind of move through this world.
Because nobody brings up sex with dead people.
Of course I don't. It's sick.
You brought it up.
To say I never did it.
I didn't ask that.
You should.
But there's a great pairing of characters, just seeing the way that they live their lives, how they're constantly on the go, and they're just attentive to the world, listening to what's going on, waiting to see if an opportunity is going to arise. And when they're in a fertility clinic, as they're donating some sperm for some money, they overhear this kind of receptionist talking about a woman who is a surrogate for a rich couple, a very rich couple. And these two guys decide to, you know what, we're going to kidnap this woman, we're going to hold her for ransom, we're going to get a massive payday, and we can continue our life of doing nothing.
Okay, boys, you want this to go down nice and quiet, so put the guns down.
It's the basic setup, and from what comes from that is just a fantastic premise of terrific dialogue, wonderful action set pieces, and just sheer thrilling climax that I just like it. I don't want to go too much into the climax because I don't want to waste certain aspects of the film, but for the most part, I love this film. I think it's fantastic. I think the almost mismatched but perfect pairing of Felipe and Del Toro is wonderful. They're such a world apart, but they're so horribly nihilistic characters. They just believe in nothing. They're just looking to get from A to B. The dialogue that they have is absolutely fantastic.
You know what I'm gonna tell God when I see him? I'm gonna tell him I was framed.
You can tell that they've had a long relationship because they're always assessing and judging each other. They can tell what the other's thinking just by a nod and a glance, and I kind of like that relationship that these two guys have. There's fantastic and wonderful dialogue all the way through this that just hits the perfect note with me. Lines like there's always free cheese in a mousetrap. Just things that just are just wonderful to hear.
There's a lot more going on in that room than you were seeing. You don't have the eyes for it. You follow?
Outside of the main pairing of the characters, we start to get drawn into this world of supporting characters, all of whom are just absolutely wonderful, which I really do love. Like, we get Juliette Lewis as the woman who's having this kid, who's having a lot of anxiety about actually giving up this child, who may have a secret that will unfold throughout the film as well. There's a lot going on with that character.
You're gonna be a good father, Mr. Chittick. She's gonna be a good mother, you'll see. As soon as she lays eyes on him, nature will take over.
We get Taye Diggs and Nicky Katt as two bodyguards who have lost their charge and are now looking to get her back as quickly as possible. You get James Caan popping up as just a wonderful role as a fixer who's there just to help out, and he has this kind of charm about him. He's tired, he knows how to manipulate people. He does it the best that he can, but he is a shark. And again, he's got a wonderful line of, you know, I may just look like a grizzled old man, but, you know, I'm a survivor. I've got to this age in the business that we are in.
You know, there's something you need to learn about this business, little fella.
Yeah, what's that?
The only thing you can assume about a broken down old man is that he's a survivor.
And he just, every now and again, just turns up and he has some wonderful conversations with characters, and he's succinct, to the point, and you can't help but feeling that this is somebody that's extremely dangerous and knows entirely what they're doing as well. You get Jeffrey Lewis, who pops up in a small role, who's always fantastic. And what McQuarrie does here is he keeps this bumbling kidnapping moving along by having these wonderful supporting characters, these tense moments, even moments of them just sitting playing a card game can be thrilling and exciting or emotionally resonant as things just happen because of it. It's the simplest, most mundane scenes that often have the most impact in this film. And that's not to say that it's not filled with action or exciting set pieces. It does. There's a wonderful car chase, one of the slowest car chases I've ever seen, but my goodness, is it exciting. It's so thrilling as you watch these people slowly measure each other. It doesn't feel rushing with its action. It feels more chess-like, where people are calculating their moves and what they're going to do. I think Way of the Gun is absolutely fantastic. It's a standout release in this box set, possibly my favourite thus far, and probably going to be the favourite out of all of them. It's just, it ticks all the boxes for me. I think Way of the Gun is amazing. You should definitely check it out. If you haven't seen it, find a copy, watch it. I think you're going to love it. I love the way McQuarrie writes dialogue, and I love the way he just creates this world here, filling it with horrible characters who are all duplicitous.
Listen to me! Get off the fucking car with your fucking ass!
Shut that cunt's mouth or I'll come over there and fuck start her head!
I would love to know your thoughts on The Way of the Gun. Let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, fall somewhere in the middle. If you've never seen it, are you going to check it out? I would love to know. There is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff if you are interested. In the description box below are links to the Patreon, the membership program, manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me that really help the running of this channel. And I'll see you next time on Man v Film.